Sweet. Okay, recording.
Recording in progress.
Hello, and welcome to Spooky Steps, where we put our love horror movies into a podcast and sift some spirits along the way. I'm one of your hosts, Yvette, here with my co-hosts, Laura and Brianna.
Hello.
Hey. All right. So post-holidays, we decided to get a little witchy and we watched the 1986 film Witchboard.
Yes.
Witchboard.
Which was a wild ride, you guys. So we did, the OG, the 1986.
Yeah, because there's another one that came
I
out.
guess.
There's two sequels and a remake.
Yes.
Okay.
I don't know why.
I had no idea. Yeah, I don't know how that got signed off on, but
I mean, it's a classic concept.
no, it is. It
so,
is.
yeah.
Yeah, it's this couple and they're at a party and their friend Brandon is there and he's brought his Ouija.
And we love Brandon.
Oh my gosh, I think it's the way, no, it is the way Brandon says.
Yes.
He calls it, I wrote it,
Ouija.
Witch-jaH.
Ouija.
Witch-jaH.
It's a Ouija.
It's a Ouija.
It comes from the French and German. Yeah. No one could say it like him.
No.
No, it was amazing.
And he takes it very seriously.
Yes.
So they're at a party and they're going to play. And you can tell that there's some animosity between Jim, the boyfriend, and Brandon. But
they each have these little quirks
Yep.
at each other. And
but Linda's like, no, let's do it because Brandon tells us that he's got a little ghost friend, David, that he's been in contact with. So they're like, we want to see.
Yep. And like, what kind of a party is this? I
have no
understand it was a party in the 80s. And like the fashion is wild. Like Linda is wearing this dress that has, I think it was Linda that was wearing the dress that had pockets on the outside.
Yes.
Yeah. No, yeah. It was weird.
Which was quite a statement. But then like also they're just having this philosophical debate. And like I think they're meant to be in their young 30s or something, but they all
supposed to be college students.
I think they're
shit.
like really young.
Because Linda's like, because they're like, oh, like come to class.
Yeah,
or
no,
whatever. Like,
she's
I think they're supposed to be
young.
like college age.
Yeah.
But they're like having these like philosophical debates and they're all like just they just seem like very like yuppity.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
very
the
like
way to describe that.
I would believe that they're in grad school. They seem like
Yeah, definitely not.
They're like,
they're not
"Oh,
18.
we're so smart and we're gonna talk about God.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
they're like debating God's existence. And I love how I think it's Brandon who instantly was talking about how, how can you say that God exists when if God existed, there would be forms of intelligent life. And he's like saying that directly to Jim.
Jim.
Like he's being such a
Yeah,
dick.
they hate each other.
Yeah.
And then there's like a weird you can see that the chemistry between Jim and Linda is kind of off. Like they're a couple, but Jim just is very distant, emotionally distant.
We get the like, I love you.
Yes.
I know.
I know.
know.
Is how he responds.
When don't worry, they throw it in a couple times.
That's some other movie where
She's
she's like, I love you. And he says, I know.
I know.
It's not the same as like in Ghost when she says, I love you. And he only says ditto.
Right.
Yeah.
But it's a similar vibe.
Yeah.
Like he can't say it.
So they play with the board. The movement is wild when they're moving their fingers. It's like a very erratic, chaotic ghost that's talking to them.
Well, and Brandon had like warned them. He's like, oh, just so you know, ghosts, and they've never explained why this was, but they're like, this is how you can tell it's a real ghost is because they're lousy spellers and they like to lie.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck does that mean?
Right?
Maybe because he's a bad speller. And okay, so we should start this out with, do you believe that Wuid-jaH boards are real? Or do you think it's the people that play them that move the planchette or whatever?
I think both happen.
I agree.
I think there's the like you do it with people and then someone will move it. But I think some people legitimately had some weird experiences with them, or they open a certain bad energy.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think that for the majority, it's just people doing it. But I think in the correct setting and place and time, I think it can actually happen.
Yeah, I think if you like in a haunted place somewhere that like, it's more prone to that.
Right.
I think there's something there.
See, I'm pretty skeptical. I feel like even if people aren't purposely doing it, there can be that like collective hallucination where like you're not thinking that you're moving it or trying to move it, but you kind of have this idea of where you think the ghost wants to go with what they're saying. And then, so you slightly put a bit more pressure on the planchette, and then the person you're playing with like feels that, so they lean into it, and then it starts to move, and so then you're moving it without even realizing you're doing it. But I am pretty skeptical.
I would say most of it is probably that. Like people just like, some person starts applying pressure and then it's like, oh, it's moving and stuff. But I don't know. I think there's something to it. I think some of them are real.
I agree. So yeah, it's like it's moving, and very suddenly they know they're talking to David.
Yeah.
Brandon like closes it. He does the thing where like
first it's not David.
Oh, right. But then he's like, he closes it and she's like, why'd you stop? And he's like, because there's an evil spirit. And he looked at Jim again, like, which we're like, okay. But yeah, they stopped it very suddenly. He shut it down.
But then they so then they go to leave. I love this part because they go to leave and the dude, Brandon's car, I think, maybe?
Oh yes, that's why because David is angry.
Yeah.
And then they hear something outside.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then they go outside, and then his line is that, so he sees that his beautiful car has flat tires, and he goes, oh man, multiple sadness.
Yeah, multiple sadness.
What? Multiple sadness, you know.
Who says that?
They have a lot of weird lines in this movie.
Yeah, they really do.
They do have weird
sadness.
Yeah.
They really do.
Oh man.
So we'll also say before we close out the party scene, we're going to start early with what we're sipping on.
Oh, yes.
And the party inspired us. Because first, there was just Pepsi-cola bottles all over the party.
So who paid them for that?
Like, I guess Pepsi was the official sponsor.
It must have been. It must have been. Like, either they paid it to be in the movie or they, whatever.
So we were like, okay, we got to do something with, and we're not just saying just Pepsi. It's got to be the Pepsi-cola.
Pepsi-cola.
But then Jim was like getting annoyed at Brandon. So he was just chugging some Jack.
I think it was Jack.
Yeah,
Jack.
It was Jack Daniels.
Yep.
So Jack Daniels and Pepsi-cola.
Yes.
I mean, real 80s night out.
He also mentioned, like, when someone was asking him, like, what he was drinking, and he's like, oh, whatever's handy, which I just thought that's a great line.
Yeah.
Like, oh, what are you drinking tonight? Whatever's handy.
I mean, I don't know what the other thing was that they were drinking at the party, but someone was definitely drinking just like orange.
Yeah,
there was also
literally
a
just
yellow
juice.
drink
Yes.
in the party
lemonade.
scene that
Maybe
was
Tang.
not explained.
It could have been Tang.
Could have been Tang.
The Tang.
But yeah, so then, like, Linda, and at first, before I knew her name, I just called her Red. She has, like,
Amazing red hair.
Yeah.
So she's arguing with her husband because he, like, got in that, he, like, provoked, I feel like, David.
Yeah. I mean, there was just fighting where it's like,
Right.
oh, like you said, you tried. You
Right.
know?
Yeah, you could tell that there's some relationship issues.
But then they also somehow, like, sneak this in to it where they make it seem like this is a very known thing, that spirits or ghosts are just, like, floating around, and then they get to choose who their next parents are going to be.
That was a big part of it.
Yeah. That's just a thing we should all know.
So that's important because, you know, David's just, he's a 10. Oh, we should mention. So David is a 10-year-old boy.
Yes.
He's a spirit of a 10-year-old boy, but, like, maybe he's wanting to come back to Earth and he's going to choose who his parents are going to be.
Because then the next day, Linda is like waiting to talk to her doctor to get her results. So we're immediately like, oh, she's pregnant.
Yep.
You know. And so, yeah, the next day she uses the board by herself.
She sure does. Oh, yeah,
and you're not supposed to do that.
because Brandon had left
Yes.
the Wuid-jaH board at her house. He forgot it.
Yes. And so she's like, I'm just going to talk to David myself. And she does.
She does. And she's, I think she's even talking about how she's like, I know you can choose your next parents, but that you don't like Jim.
Yeah, because he's like,
Jim's the husband.
Yeah. Okay. The other for the Ouija board, it's like when you're not supposed to use it alone. And then I looked this up because I was trying to remember if that was correct. Like, are you supposed to say goodbye?
Yeah, this sounds like an official.
Yeah, like
if
don't
you don't
you say
say
goodbye?
Yes, that's a good point.
Which I was annoyed by the first thing when it was like, that's not David. And he just like hands off. I was like,
no,
does that not open the doors? Don't you have to say bye and like blow out the candle? And
so if you guys are listening, they're going to pull out your Ouija board.
Yeah. Don't use this movie as a reference.
Please don't.
Do not. No. Well, so then Jim's at work.
Yep, Jim's at work.
Well, Linda's
with his
using
friend
the Ouija
Lloyd.
board.
And Lloyd is wild. He's a wild
I love
character.
Lloyd.
like very just chaotic energy, you know, high energy.
Good. Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
With his little lunch pail, which
Yes.
was like the American flag.
Yeah.
Lunch pail.
And they're working on a construction site and they're talking about how Jim lost his hammer.
Oh, yes.
Oh, okay. Let's talk about this hammer. Okay. So this hammer, they call it a hammer when clearly it is equal parts hammer. And then you know how normally there's a part you hit the nail with and then the part you pull the nail up with.
Mm-hmm.
Instead,
Hatchet.
this hammer was part hammer and the other half was a full axe.
Yeah, it's like a little
Well, I would
hatchet.
describe it as more an axe than a hammer.
Yes.
Right.
Like, that was,
Like it bothered
But
me
it's
because
little.
It's
So like
little.
it's like it's little the little hatchet
Yeah.
thing.
yes.
That's half hatchet, half hammer.
Right.
But they're calling it a hammer.
They're calling it a hammer, which is crazy to
Yeah.
me.
And they're like playing around. We'll get it, you know, we'll learn this quickly, but Jim likes physical touch with his male friends.
He does.
So they're like tickling each other or something because they're like
Mhm.
rolling around.
Yeah, they are. They're like rolling around.
I don't know. Tickle fight on the job site. And the camera pans to like all this up on another level above them, like all this sheetrock.
Oh,
And that's where his hatchet, his hammer is.
Mhm.
How did it get there?
Mhm.
And all of a sudden, it gets him.
It's right as Jim stands up.
Boom.
Yeah.
And it was a pretty good scene. There was some blood.
Yeah, it was
some
bloody.
gurgling.
Yeah. So that's our first death.
Yep.
Poor Lloyd just get crushed to death. He gets
Yeah.
crushed to death. Sad.
That was a good quantity for that character, I
Uh-huh.
think. I don't know if I needed more.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah. And then all at the same time, like Linda back home realizes she's pregnant. She does not get the official, she doesn't actually go to the doctor yet. She has an appointment next week, but she's like, yeah, I'm pregnant. It's happening.
Well, and while she discovers that, she also realizes that her ring is missing. And this is a very important scene we need to talk about.
Yes.
Because she's like, oh, she
She
asks
asks
David. She
Yeah.
asks David, and David is like, oh, it's down the drain or whatever.
Yes.
Yep.
Mhm.
But then instead of going to get it from what we all was assuming was the bathroom sink,
Yeah.
she starts undoing the drain of the toilet.
Yeah, right. That's what that looks like.
It was.
Right?
I really feel like it was.
It really
Yeah.
looked like the toilet.
Yeah.
And then she can't reach it with her stubby little fingers.
Oh, yeah, but it's like, why would you ever just stick your finger down that?
I
No,
have
thank
no
you.
idea. But she gets it.
Well, with a toothbrush.
I mean, it was the other end of the toothbrush and all.
I don't
It
care.
wasn't the bristle.
Not just not.
Well, like she went to go get a wrench to
Yeah.
undo it. She could have grabbed a
No.
screwdriver,
Yeah,
a
or like
stick,
a
butter
pen,
knife.
anything.
anything.
Yeah.
Not a friggin' toothbrush.
I mean, you know, work with what you have. What's
So
handy?
upsetting. Maybe I just have a little bit too much trauma from all the plumbing work I just had to have recently.
Yeah.
And so I live in a house that was built in 1959 and some of the pipes had not been replaced since then. And so
Right.
we recently had to just do all that. And they showed us the inside.
No, it's you never.
Oh,
I
the
never
sink
want them to
pipes.
show. I'm like, please
Yeah,
don't.
they didn't need to show.
I'll
you.
need to move out if you. show
I'm
me.
so glad they
please
did
don't.
because I'm like,
No.
oh, thank God that's
I
not
can't-
our house anymore.
I can't live with that.
It's so upsetting. So upsetting.
So that's what's going on. So then there's the funeral for Lloyd. This happens very quickly.
Yeah. Mhm.
And they're there. You know, it's just a cute little funeral scene. Linda's wearing the most amazing outfit.
Mhm.
The hat.
oh, it's
No,
so
like
good.
her first dress was weird,
Yeah.
but then the rest of her outfits were
very on point.
Mhm, mhm. Well, and right before they go to the funeral, we do get like a shot of like, I called it David cam because it seemed like the ghost is like watching her.
Yes.
And I only want to bring this up because the water beds in this movie.
Oh,
the
how have we not
waterbed,
talked
you
about the
guys.
water beds?
Amazing.
So she's like lounging in the water bed and he like goes to see her, but then she like gets sick and it just makes the water bed like move like
It's
crazy.
just-
And then she goes to the funeral.
It's just rolling.
I was like, oh, you're not feeling well. Let's just lay you down on the water bed.
Do you think you can still buy water beds?
I bet you.
Oh,
can.
100%. Someone.
I bet you can.
Someone's selling it.
Fascinating.
Yeah, we should also say that she was having morning sickness, but then
Mhm.
also a couple of times Jim scares her when he gets back.
Oh,
And she like immediately goes off. She's swearing. She's using the F-bomb. And Jim seems very surprised because apparently she doesn't swear.
Yeah.
Like, darn it is the worst he's ever heard.
Yeah.
So it's like weird.
Most
that
of this
she's doing
movie is them scaring each other.
Yes.
Right. I will say though, I did relate to that because even though I have lived with my husband for, oh my gosh, like 15 years or something, sometimes he'll just walk into the room like, Jesus Christ.
No, like that was kind of a fair reaction.
Honestly, I've never experienced that because my husband is the loudest man
Oh,
on the planet. And like, I just can always hear him because he's so loud.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys, good news. They do still sell water beds.
Oh, good.
Oh, thank
I would
God.
say the average price, although a lot of them look more like a hybrid between like a regular mattress and water. It's more like, it's not like
Gel?
just full. Yeah, it's more like gel. But you can buy the classic one. It looks like roughly around $2,000. Is what you're going to spend. for a
Should we
water
get
bed.
one for your
Yeah.
guest room?
Yes.
Because I would love if your downstairs guest bedroom actually had water beds. Like,
Yes.
after parties, he was like, no, like you can crash here.
my
Whatever. And then
God,
we
we
just
have
send
to.
people into the
So
water
just to
bedroom.
like freak them. Oh, I
And
love
not
this.
say anything. We have to.
Honestly, I'll pitch in.
It's worth
Yes,
it.
I will pitch it. Timeshare it. Yes.
Honestly, I
will.
feel like between all of us, like, yeah, we could find somebody else to do it, and like $500
Yes.
a person. We
Yes.
can get this like legit
Solid.
water bed.
Yes.
I'm into it. Let's do
done.
it. Let's.
Maybe don't let the
Say
cats in there.
Oh gosh.
You know. It always makes me think of Edward Scissorhands.
Yes.
Her red and white. He touches it and you get, so we put the animals. All right.
Incredible.
So next
Okay, sorry.
major plot line.
Yeah, they're at the funeral, and the
They're at the
detective is there.
funeral, and then we meet this weird detective that only talks in rhymes and riddles and being a
magic.
magician. And it's very
Yeah.
annoying.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, he's saying like we're investigating Lloyd's death as a murder,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and we know you don't know where your hatchet is.
Yeah.
So it's
I'm
kind of
on to you.
implying on-
Mhm.
Done.
So yeah, shit's getting more hyper with David.
Mhm.
Linda's getting, more Linda-y.
Oh, and then there's the dream.
Oh, and then there's the dream.
Yes. Okay.
Our first dream.
Is that
Okay,
the
which
dream
one?
analysis?
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, we were drinking a little bit when we were watching this movie, and so I don't fully remember the dream, but here's what I wrote.
Okay, here we go.
I wrote fog, stairs, moaning, door creak, coffin, wind, Ouija, white nails, strangle.
Yes.
Yeah.
That was
I
the
think you
dream.
got it.
Okay, so here we go. I took out my trusty dream book.
Mhm.
So, weather in general represents our mood in our waking lives. So, break that down further into the fog. That is signifying that there is a problem that you are not seeing clearly.
Mm.
And wind represents that a change is happening or there is a need for change. A door can indicate that you are shutting something out of your life or you're being warned to shut up.
Mm.
Coffin, again, is about a change in life. So it's not necessarily about death, but it's about a big change.
A
in
big
life.
change.
So we've talked about colors and dreams a lot. White represents innocence. And then the fact that her fingernails were white. Fingers can be about that you're accusing something or someone, or that you have this inability to perform a task.
Oh, interesting.
And then strangle, and I didn't look this word up, but it is an allusion to problems that you're having in general. Or tell me if you guys know this word. The animus part of your personality. Do you know what that means?
Animus.
No, I don't.
SAT word right there.
Yeah, ANIMUS.
Animus.
What does it mean?
The male part of your personality.
Oh.
I would not have guessed.
I would not
No,
have guessed
yeah.
that.
That would not have been where I
At least that's what it is in the dream. I'm gonna feel really stupid if I look that up and it doesn't mean that. But the book said animus or male part of your
Guys,
personality.
we go off the book, okay?
So here's what I think
That's
this.
not what it means.
What does it mean?
It means a
Look, I'll show you.
rare. It means it's rare, but it's full of spirit, vitamin, or resolute. Like it's a spirit or thing objective that is like full of.
Is there like a third definition?
Yeah, it's like
After the dream book?
usually prejudiced and often spiteful, malevolent, ill will.
Okay, so male.
Sorry, male listeners.
Just kidding.
Well, maybe it was saying like masculine, comma, not masculine slash.
Oh,
Like
Okay.
masculine and evil, not
Maybe.
masculine.
maybe.
Oh.
Maybe.
Well, you went off the book.
Either way.
Tomato.
Here we go. So this is meaning that her believing that she's pregnant is this huge change that is
Yeah.
happening in her life. But she also is already kind of starting to shut Jim out
Yeah.
a little bit. Like there's issues with their relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And so she also, on some level, while this change, this looming pregnancy is happening, she does have this feeling that she's unable to perform that task of motherhood.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
We learn why later,
Mhm.
but that she's very spot on. But that also, just in addition to having problems in general, she's having some problems with the men in her life.
Well, yeah.
Amen.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not really supportive or part of this change. And so she's maybe going to need to shut them out
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mhm.
a bit. So that's what I think that dream means.
Beautiful.
Oh, that's a good analysis.
Mhm.
I love this.
But then, okay. So we also have to talk about just her nails in general.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I didn't want to interrupt your site in the dream analysis for it.
But we need to
Wildly
discuss this.
inconsistent.
No, she goes
And
from
a lot of
red
that
to
to work.
white to plain, but
Just-
oddly long.
Yeah. And then green.
Yes, they're like literally all
Every
over the place.
scene.
But it's a lot of
Yeah.
back and forth.
It's not like a subtle difference, like, oh, she had French tips and then they were neutral.
No, it's like nothing red, silver, green, nothing red.
And the fact that we noticed them so much, I think they like focused in
Yeah,
on
they
the
do.
nails.
because
Like
she
they
has these
made
like
it.
long nails, which aren't like when she has nail polish on, like it's like they look
look great.
when
really
she does it,
good.
they look disgusting.
Yeah.
They look really weird.
Like, they're just so noticeable.
Mhm.
And again, you're playing the Ouija,
Mhm.
so we're like
Looking
focused
at it.
Yes.
on the nails.
Yep.
Yes. So I think her color change of the nails also has like psychological
I'm sure.
implications because she goes from like bare when she starts
Mhm.
and then she has bright red, but then in the dream they're white. So like she sees herself as more innocent in her dream, but then in reality she's going more to that like
Mhm.
ominous, dangerous red color. And then the green, I
I know.
it's very
But
simple.
it's also not
analysis
consistent.
things.
It's not.
Like
No.
in the morning they'll be red, in the
Yes.
afternoon they're bare.
And then they'll switch back.
Right.
Like
Mhm.
every scene, they
Mhm.
were a different color.
Yep.
So I feel like the next important plot is that Brandon is like, "Hey, ma'am, how's Linda? Is she
Yeah.
being weird?"
Mhm.
Because she didn't return, like
Oh,
he
she
had
didn't go to
called.
class.
Yeah, he did. Oh, yes, because they're college students.
Yes.
So hasn't gone to class,
Mhm.
and she's not returning the
Yes.
Ouija.
And so he's like, "Is she swearing?" And Jim is
Right.
like, "How do you
Yes.
know?"
How do you know? Because she's never sworn before.
Mhm.
And he's like, "I think the beginning of being like
The progressive entrapment.
there it is.
Mhm.
The progressive entrapment is beginning." And he's like, "We need to like deal with this."
Mhm.
Yeah, we need to bring in a medium.
So you
Yes.
guys, this actress is in a few things that we remembered because we're elderly.
She just looks so familiar. Like as soon as she came on,
Mhm.
it's like, wait, who is that?
Mhm.
So
Like,
she
yeah.
is Luke's sister in Gilmore Girls.
Mhm.
And then also this one's taken us older millennials back. In ER, she was Susan Lewis's sister, Chloe,
Yes, she sure
who
was.
had her baby Susie.
Yes. Oh, she was a whole hot mess. I could do psych segments for
And
years on
she's
that
just, like,
character.
she's kind of a mess, and she's a mess in every film she's in.
I know. I think
She
that's
does it
maybe
very
just her
well.
personality. Yeah.
But her outfit, her hair, her
Mhm.
everything is amazing.
Mhm.
And she also is like annoying. Like,
She like, we haven't talked about this yet, but the timing in this movie is awful. Like conversations are really slow. Comedic timing is the way out. And her character, like, they're just kept doing all these things. She was like, haha, psychic humor. But it was just like,
but it wasn't anything
the
funny. or
timing
even,
was
like,
really off to be like, this isn't even like funny because it's not funny.
No.
Like,
It took me out of it so many times when they were just having conversations and it took them so long to finish the thing they were
Right.
saying
yeah.
that I was like, I think they're just trying to remember their lines. Like, did we make this movie really fast and people
I
didn't
know.
have time to remember their lines or
No,
what
I
the
think you're giving them too much credit. I think it was intentional. I think this was actually how they were supposed to act, which in my opinion
Yeah.
is even worse.
Yeah.
Like, that's actually
Mhm.
worse.
But we get Zarabeth
Sarah Beth.
Beth.
Yeah, and it's a cool scene. They set the room up in the house to be all ready with all these little ghost traps.
Yes. And then just a giant stack of beer cans.
Yes.
We later learn why.
Right.
Yeah.
And at this point also too, Linda has started to say, like, she started to see a problem. She started to be like, look, David used to be so nice.
Right.
And he's changed. So, because before, like, it's like this compulsion. Like, she cannot quit the Ouija board.
Right.
Yep. Yes. Can't quit the
Yes.
Ouija.
So they do their little seance.
Yep.
And it happens real fast. And she is possessed by David. Sarah Beth.
Yeah. The little effect with the voice acting,
That was cool.
really cool.
It's this cool, like, double speak, like, this, like, echoey double talk. Where it's like it's her voice, but also David.
And
like,
so, and it sounds kind of like her and the little
exactly.
kid are, like, mixing together. I thought that was kind of cool.
We also need to talk about speaking of nails. Sarah Beth had some interesting nails as well.
Yeah, she had a classic 1980s Coke nail.
Yeah.
Because all her nails are just the same size, except for these big reinforced
Giant.
long
No, I mean,
pinky
that's
nails.
literally the
Oh, I
Coke
know.
nail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, that is not subtle at
That was
all.
But honestly, it fits the character so freaking well that I was like, that was a nice subtle touch.
Yeah.
There must have been like a girl on set, like, giving advice for like their outfits and nails. It was very like girl coded.
The like director and all the people like made the movie, they actually like dropped out of college like when making this, so they were like college age.
Nice.
And so I think you get that where it feels like how college age students were actually dressed and like, kind of act, and so I think that's a big part of it.
I agree.
They also then talk about the malfeiter.
Yes, because that's who they learn. Because
Okay, so they do the thing, and from there they think David is leaving. Like he's kind of like apologetic,
right?
And he's like, "Oh, like I just I liked Linda so much," and he kind of apologizes, like, "I'll just go.
Yeah.
I'll just no exorcism."
Oh yeah, and then they say, then he says TTFN.
Yep.
Which
ta-ta
for now. I know that from Winnie the Pooh.
And that's what the beer cans were for, because they're knocked over as he goes to leave the window. So we know that he left.
Yep.
And we're all like, yay. And now Jim knows she's pregnant. They're in love. Well, he's not, but she's in love.
He knows that she's in love.
Right.
And Brandon is driving Sarah Beth home. And she's like, I don't know, something was kind of off about that. Like, are you sure he was 10?
Yeah.
Like that felt a lot more powerful. And then the malfeiter, and she also mentions even Portuguese.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which I don't think ever tied into the actual situation, but like
back to it. But
yeah,
something is off. And she's like, I'm going to do the, what did she say? Like, she's going to do the Nancy Drew thing.
Yes.
Or something like that and get back to him.
Yeah. Because then we're at her apartment and she's like, you know, doing her thing. And
does it start to chase her? She opens the textbook and we see a photo of someone. We don't know who it is. But in the textbook or the news article, whatever she was reading, she sees someone. And then we get the like, oh, what are you doing here? And then something chasing her around, like rattling on her door, trying to get in.
And we don't actually ever see who's chasing her, because at first we were like, oh my God, maybe it's Jim.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
Like maybe this is actually all just Jim, but we never get to see it. But she does. There's this sundial outside her apartment window and she just gets yeeted on it. It's a good scene.
It's a good scene, actually.
Yeah, this is what I have written down for death too. Sundial impalement.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
Yeah.
So, and then like the next morning, they're like watching the news and they hear Brandon hears that she died. And he's like, oh shit. So he goes to Jim and he's like, we need to figure out who David is and see if this malfeiter has like,
And then Linda's attacked because he's like, oh, let's talk outside. And Linda's like attacked, whacked against a wall, and she passes out or has some sort of emergency.
Yes, because then, she has to go to the hospital. So now Linda's in the hospital and she's being subdued.
Yes.
As they say.
Well, then Brandon is like telling David, or no, he says, telling Jen, he says, David will possess her. And this part was so confusing. I feel like we're all confused. Like, where the hell did this come from? He's like, unless we go to Big Bear.
No, he's like, I must go to Big Bear.
Big Bear, where the hell did that come from?
And the way that he said it was just so like short.
Because that's how he said it. Like, oh, so now I have to go to Big Bear.
He was like, well, now I have to go to Big Bear. And we were like,
what does that
What's a Big Bear?
So apparently that's where David is from.
Yes.
And so they want to go find his parents.
Yes.
'Cause they're like,
Or just
maybe-
learn more about the story, because he's like, honestly, he could have lied about everything.
So now it's a boys' trip.
Yes.
And this is the moment when we're like, Jim,
Brandon.
you boys are gay. At least Jim. No, they both are, but
It was
there's something especially about Jim.
I was thinking I had just been watching too much Heated Rivalry, but I believe that now, because you ladies hadn't seen it at that point, it was just really happening.
Yeah. Laura and I did then watch it right after.
We then did watch it.
So we might be a little.
Have you watched any more since?
No, I haven't.
Oh God,
I know.
it gets so good.
I know.
It's so good.
It just pairs perfectly with this movie, actually.
Well, and we're all kind of like, oh, maybe that's why Jim doesn't love her.
Yeah.
He loves Brandon.
Okay, the chemistry between them is so much better than either of them and Linda.
Because then they're in their little hotel room, which is a shared hotel room with their little bed.
And one of them is just fully unbuttoned shirt.
Yes, and just the way that Jim is talking to him, you're like, oh my God, they're about to have sex.
Because
Like,
they're having this their friendship, you know.
yes, because they're like,
so-
I'm sorry that I was rude to you.
They have way better communication than
Linda and
they do with
Jim.
No, like this scene, honestly, like it went on so long that when they finally flashed back to Linda, I think we're like, oh, I forgot
Oh, I
about
forgot
Linda.
Linda was here. No, we did, because we had not seen Linda for a year and a half.
No, she's got. They forgot about her quick.
She's just pinned out of the hospital.
Oh, she's subdued.
Yeah.
But
Yep.
they do discover that David's parents died the same day that he died.
Or
Right.
no, it was like 2 weeks before.
you're
It was
right,
like
it
kind
was
of
2
one
weeks
yeah.
before.
Mhm.
So they're like, well, shit, what is happening?
Yep.
And then do they find out who Malfader is?
Okay, so I'm not exactly sure, because the next thing I wrote is that there's a cop munching on a lemon or mango.
Oh, that,
See,
yes.
these lemons in his car.
Because the cop is watching them. Like,
Yeah.
he's there in his car.
Yeah.
And it was either a Yukon Gold boiled potato,
Right.
a lemon,
Or maybe a mango.
or
maybe oranges.
yeah.
It was weird.
And he's
but
just
anyway.
eating them. He's raw dogging them.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, it's weird.
But yeah, then the next thing I wrote was the slosh of the waterbed throws the Ouija board into the trash from
Oh,
the
it
second
does,
floor at the
because-
hospital.
Because like we see the scene at home, and like I don't really remember how it unfolds,
I
but
don't
the
remember this part.
the bed, it's like the bed has a force on it, and it like yeets it.
Oh,
into the
that's
trash can.
right.
But
I don't remember that scene at all. But
now we're back to the lake
oh, I think that's still Big Bear. Why
Yeah,
were
the
they? Why were they
docks?
at the docks?
where it all goes down.
Oh, right. It's all coming back to me.
Yeah,
I don't remember why they went to the docks, but there's a fight that they have. But I feel like that happens
this
maybe
is-
after we learn.
Oh,
that happens after we learn
they
that she's
have-
not pregnant.
they have a Ouija board,
They
and
have
that's
a
when they
Ouija
go
board.
to
So
the
they have their
docks.
own Ouija
And
board.
they're
Ouija.
trying to do it.
and he's
Yes.
trying to connect, and they're connecting with actual David this
Yes.
time.
That's
Yeah.
right.
And David is like, it's revealed that none of what has happened to David.
Yeah.
He
Mhm.
didn't talk to Zarabeth. He
Mhm.
hasn't been talking to Linda. That is someone else.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's, and they ask if it's Malfader, and he says yes.
Yes.
So they
Yes.
know.
And then we
Mhm.
have this
That's
like,
right.
you know, it's like, oh, like who is he? And then he writes out her. And it's like, who is her?
Who is her?
And they keep saying it over and
Keep saying
over.
her. And he was trying to write here. It's here.
And it's because Malfader is
Is there.
here.
And so all these barrels
Yes.
are get like the rope
yes.
is cut, which
Yes.
fits
And they
Brandon and
both
Jim.
get knocked
It made me
down.
think of Donkey Kong with like
Yeah,
a barrel
very Donkey
going-
Kong.
Yeah.
Yeah, they both get knocked down, and they're in the
Mhm.
water, and they're drowning. They're bleeding. Jim is on the dock
Mhm.
in a very, again, sexual position.
Yeah. This
Like,
is like
he's
whenever
like-
like they are so in love.
He's like got his leg. He's like kind of like humping the dock a
Yeah,
little.
and
Like it's very.
When they call out to each other,
They do, you guys. They call out to each other. Brandon, Jim. But
I like my notes for this.
but then you guys, like, it's so romantic. It's
Yeah, they are so in
sad.
love.
they are.
But Brandon's in the water, and
Yeah.
Brandon's gone, you guys.
Brandon doesn't survive, unfortunately.
Jim has one of the most romantic scenes with Brandon because he like carries him out and he's holding him and he's just saying his name and caressing his back.
It's so sad.
It's so sweet, you guys.
It's so sad.
They make us see all of this, and then they switch us back to Linda. We're like, oh, what?
Oh, yeah.
And then they're like, oh, by the way, you're not pregnant.
Oh, yeah. This I wrote down. Oh, yeah. Linda is still in the movie.
Yeah. And she's not pregnant.
She's not pregnant.
She's also not being subdued.
No.
She's awake.
She's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
She's like, I'm leaving. Because I think when she realizes she's not pregnant, she's like, oh, shit, we're in danger.
But then she like fishes the Ouija board out of the trash.
Yes.
Yep. She's an addict.
Well, this is what I wrote. Ouija addict fishes out from trash. I think I might have been a little drunk at this point because that is not how you spell addict. But I can figure out what it
She
means.
is an addict.
Oh, and then I wrote in Ghostbuster robe, Zula, you nut.
Oh, because she did again the costume design.
She has
beautiful
so
robes.
many robes.
So many
We
robes.
see probably 5 different robes.
This one is her best.
She has as many robes as she does nail polish changes.
Yes.
No,
amazing.
this one is the best one. It's like this gold, like
Oh,
the way
so
it
good.
moves.
Yes.
And she's like walking around.
Ethereal,
Mhm.
if you will. And so now we're kind of at the height.
We learn who the Malfader is.
He's this weird old guy
Named Carlos.
Maybe he was Portuguese. Maybe that was.
Maybe that
Oh,
was.
But he
maybe
lived
that's
in
what the
their
Portuguese-
house because they rent a room
Yes.
in this really pretty big house,
Mhm.
and we learn like it was his house.
And he was a mass murderer.
Dun, dun, dun. So Linda is at the apartment alone,
Yeah.
and she gets attacked.
I said she got attacked in the shower by Malfi.
And we don't Malfi, get out of here. But we don't really see like what happens.
Yes. Yeah. We just see an attack, and then she kind of runs away. And yeah.
Because now Jin is coming up the stairs, his
Mhm.
home.
Mhm.
And he opens the door and we can immediately see that there's a claw mark and the apartment is destroyed.
Trash.
But then we see Linda. And she looks good.
She took her time to do a costume.
You guys, it's a good, it's got a hat, it's got a suit. It's like a
It's
very
kind of like what she wore at
cool-
a funeral.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is the
Yeah.
ties
Yep.
red.
Yep.
It's very
Yep.
exciting. But it's not Linda.
We get the little voice change effect.
It's
which
old
is
Malfi.
Good.
Because he finally, I think at this point says to her, I love you.
That's right. That is
And
what
then
it is.
she says like,
She's
don't,
fully,
don't move asshole
yeah,
or something.
yeah.
Like, she's not her.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's Malfi.
It's Malfi.
But then all of a sudden, Jim is going to shoot her.
Yeah.
Well, and he's not really, but he's like holding her at gunpoint because he doesn't know what to do. Because Malfi is telling him, like, you have to kill me to get rid of me. Like, you have to kill Linda to get rid of me.
Because there's the Malfi Linda is saying like that, and they believe that she is the portal
Right.
Yes.
to this bad spirit.
So as Jim is holding the gun up, the detective busts through.
Well, but then before that, Malfi starts talking and saying like, "Oh, have you
Right.
not realized she's not the portal? You're
You
the
are.
portal."
You're the portal.
Yes. So now
Mhm.
he's like, well, fuck.
Mhm.
And then the detective busts in.
Yep. Because he's just been eating his oranges,
Right.
watching them. Mhm.
And he's like, what the fuck is going on? Because to
Mhm.
him, it just looks like he's going to shoot Linda.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
Yeah.
All the
Mhm.
craziness.
So he kind of stops it, but then he gets attacked
Yeah, but then he gets
because he's
attacked.
useless.
Right. But then in the last minute, Jim is like, and he shoots the Ouija board.
He does. And he
Yes.
shoots
Ouija.
this thing so many times.
Like a 45, like I don't know how many chambers this tiny hand.
and
has.
most go through the center. So you're just shooting the
Yeah,
same
you're just shooting
spot.
the same hole
Yes.
over and over and over
Yeah.
again.
But then it like falls through the window.
Yep.
Mhm. And then Jim falls through the window.
Oh, and you
And
guys,
just the most incredible special effects we've seen.
if you don't want to watch this whole movie, just go watch that part because it's a long scene again.
Mhm.
And it's something special.
It's so long.
So
He's
long.
falling for so long. And it just looks so rough.
And then suddenly we're in a church.
Mm-hmm.
And there's music and there's people like looking up front and tearing
first
up.
sign,
yeah,
And you're
people-
like, is this a funeral because he broke his neck?
Right.
But then I think, Brianna, it might have been you that was like, no, it's a wedding. Or was it you,
Mhm.
Yvette?
I think-
One of it was one of the
It
two.
was
of
one
you.
of us that
Mhm.
was like, it's a wedding. And it was. And Jim was up there in his little neck brace.
Wedding with
Mhm.
neck brace.
The bridesmaid's dress is incredible.
Oh my gosh, yes, they're ridiculous.
The 80s was a time, guys.
And that was it, you guys. That was the Ouija. or Witchboard.
Wuid-jaH.
Well, if we end on seeing the Ouija,
the landlady.
yes, because they're like cleaning up and going through it. And it's like, oh, like, do you think it still works? And then throw it in the trash, and we see the whole thing move. And it points to yes.
Dun, dun, dun.
And that's
I don't know what that
Witchboard.
was, but
That's Witchboard.
I guess I don't think we talked about it, but you guys had not seen this movie
no,
before.
Oh, yeah,
First time watching
about
this.
that.
I don't even know if I had
Incredible
ever heard of it.
Yeah.
But you've seen it.
I've seen I there's no way I haven't talked about it on the podcast, but I had this little antenna that had this channel called the Comet Channel.
Yes.
For anyone who's heard of it, I love it. They just do like sci-fi and like weird horror.
Yes.
And that's where I saw it, because when the Comet Channel hits a movie, they play it for a full month. Like it's just on loop.
Yeah.
So I have seen this movie or parts of this movie multiple times.
I love this.
I'm
for
very
you.
excited about it.
Yeah, I hope to never see it again.
Well, and some friends of mine had recommended it. They're like, "Oh, it's like a classic," and it is. Like it's a classic.
It is.
concept.
Yeah,
It
it
and
is.
it's one of those like fun, campy. Like
Mhm.
you don't watch it to like
Mhm.
actually seriously get scared.
No,
Or watch a
no.
great film.
Yeah,
but it's about spirits.
It's
Yeah,
kind of just a fun,
is
like,
a very
oh,
fun.
spooky
Yeah.
Ouija ghost. Like it's I enjoyed it.
Like it'd be cute having on in the background of a party.
Yes,
You know what I mean?
definitely.
Like that kind
Mhm.
of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a question. Do either of you have any fun or memorable stories of using the Ouija board?
I have never used a Ouija board. I'm too Catholic for that.
Are you
there's
opposed?
There's
Should we
enough
do it
fear
live
there.
on air?
It's like, I
Are you
feel like
opposed?
I don't think I could get myself to
Yeah.
do it.
Mm.
There's that Catholic guilt would never
Mhm.
allow me
I think
to
that's
do a
fair.
Ouija board.
Yeah, I mean, I think most of mine are probably with you
Mhm.
Mm.
because I know, like, we went to the Stanley Hotel in Colorado with our
Yes.
sister Nicole,
Mhm.
Which is
and we did
very
it once.
haunted hotel where that was the inspiration
Yes.
for the hotel in The Shining.
And I will say they bank on that. Like,
Oh,
they're
They
very-
lead into
yeah.
it.
I would if I was them.
But it was fun and like it was spooky. And it's not necessarily like the board actually moved, but we did have this weird thing where like when we were going to bed, like all of a sudden on the door there was like a
We kept
a
hearing
knock.
We kept hearing knocking.
and we yeeted out of there, right?
Like
Yep.
we
Yeah. sprinted to the
hall
door.
Or really look
Empty. Empty.
Now then we
and
were
it was
like, well,
at
maybe
the
it
door.
was like some wind. So we like checked the door to see if
Yeah.
it like had like
No,
there
wind
was
can't
nothing.
knock.
It happened
No, there
multiple
was
times.
because like if there's a gap and it just the wind and
Oh,
it like
yeah, the
bounces.
pressure
No,
can-
there was none of that.
Mm,
And then it did it again.
mhm.
So that was spooky.
That
Yeah.
I think the very first time I ever used a Ouija board was the same night that, okay, so in high school, a lot of my friends happen to belong to a church where drinking is forbidden.
Foreboding.
But they knew that I was Episcopal. And so my parents had some alcohol.
Right.
And it was spring break. We were 15 years old, and it was spring break. And they're like, we want to get drunk for spring break. So, like, they came over to my house. And we had also heard that, like, because we'd never drank before,
Mhm.
we had also heard that, like, if you don't eat very much, you get drunker. So, like, our parents had made us pasta, but we, like, very, like, lightly nibbled on it because we wanted to make sure we could actually get drunk.
I'm not hungry at all.
And so we so then everyone went to bed. And so we like snuck down the stairs
Mhm.
and went into my dad's liquor cabinet. So here's the thing, like our parents drink, but like they're not huge drinkers.
Mhm.
So the only thing that they had was like sherry
Oh,
and like vermouth.
oh no!
And I-
that is a priest.
Because it is a
sherry
priest, so
does.
like sherry, vermouth, and like maybe a whiskey or something. And so we would like sneak downstairs and we would like take little shots and then rinse out the glass, and then we poured a little water into the liquor bottle
Oh,
That's like a can
so
of
that it would like
everything.
yeah.
I can see the
But anyway, so then we like went back up to my room and we decided to play the Ouija board.
Mhm.
And so it was just me and my two best friends. And so we're playing, and we believed that my one friend's grandma was talking to us.
Mhm.
But then probably because my other friend got drunk, she said something, and I don't even remember what it was, but she said something that was a little bit maybe not nice.
Oh,
And
So the grandma.
well, I don't think it was to the grandma. But I don't honestly.
Fuck you, Grandma.
The grandma through the Ouija board.
Here's the thing. And exactly. I don't exactly remember what it was, but I don't know. This is maybe also her first time getting drunk. So all I know is that then the other friend slapped her, and I was just sitting there, and I was like, "Oh God!"
How exciting!
It was very exciting. And then I puked up pasta,
Nice.
and we called our friend because we had never been drunk before, but our friend had been drunk all the time, and so we called her up and we said, "Do we need to go to the hospital? Does Laura have alcohol poisoning?"
Definitely.
She's like, "No, she's
Don't
just
do
Straight
that.
to the hospital.
She's just sick."
Yeah, I mean, it's so funny. I don't think it's until you're an adult that you realize, like, they absolutely know the water and the liquor. Because, like, every kid, I think, has done that at some point in their life or been with someone that's done that.
Yeah.
And no, we always thought we were so. That's the thing about teenagers. It's like they genuinely believe that, like, they're sneaky.
Oh, and
they're
so
the
smart.
best one and
Mhm.
losers.
Well, and that's the other thing that's so funny is like, okay, parents would probably realize if all of a sudden their tequila is very watered down,
Right.
but would they notice if the
bottle
liquid in
has
the
slightly
bottle
less?
is like a
Exactly.
half an inch lower?
No.
Absolutely not. They wouldn't know.
No.
They would
Exactly.
not. Like who? Like I don't know. I have alcohol in my house. People could be drinking it all the time. I would have
never.
no idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, if someone took half a bottle, I would not know.
Right.
It's
No,
like-
honestly.
People could literally take a full bottle.
bottle.
Yes.
And I would just be like, "Oh, I thought I had tequila. I
I
guess
guess
I
we're
don't."
out.
It's
Like,
gone.
no, exactly. Because that's the thing. They think they're so smart, but they're really dumb. Actually. All right.
Anyway,
well,
sorry, that was a long story.
Speaking of dumb people,
Wow.
What?
no, because the characters.
Oh,
I thought you were saying my sight.
you were transitioning to say.
No, I was saying like the characters because they were being dumb.
I'm gonna
And we have to
cry.
analyze that. I wasn't calling you dumb. Anyway,
I don't think I can go on.
speaking of idiots, Lauren's here.
Stop.
No, I was saying because the characters were being dumb with how they
Multiple
handled the
sadness
Ouija.
over here.
Like, they handled the Ouija board dumb like teenagers.
did.
That's what
Sure.
that's what I was going for.
Sure.
So, anyways, just remember she's not a real doctor and I'm not her real friend right now. So, Laura, take us away.
Because I'm real dumb. Okay, I don't remember at what part of the movie this happened, but there was one other dream.
Yeah, there were two dreams.
Oh,
They were
the other one was short. The other one was
they were
short.
little.
All I wrote down from it and remember is that there was an old plasticky looking man. Like he looks like he was fake. Like
It was like, yes, remember? It was like they were like those marionette. Like,
Yeah.
It was like
It was like wax
Yeah, it was like
almost.
a wax character.
And I don't know who that man was. I don't think they ever explained. Oh, maybe it was the Malthater.
Mhm.
Maybe it was
Could've been
Malthy.
Mouthy before
Yeah.
we knew Mouthy.
Oh shit.
Showing himself.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So this old plastic man hits Linda with an axe.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right.
Yeah.
No, I totally forgot about that.
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
completely forgot about that.
Oh my gosh. So this makes so much sense. So the concept of old in a dream
Mhm.
is about a past belief or possibly something that's like inauthentic. Like it's something that's like outdated. It's not correct. It's not
Mhm.
current.
Mhm.
Plastic also signifies being artificial.
Mhm.
Fair.
Man, if you just dream of a man or male presence in general, that can be about like kind of this rigid authority.
Oh, okay.
And an axe is a tool of separation.
Uh-huh. Ah,
What if it's an axe hammer?
yeah.
See, that's a problem.
We're
because-
deciding it's more axe than
Yeah,
Yeah,
yes, exactly.
absolutely.
Exactly.
The hammer was small.
Mhm.
Yeah, the axe was sufficient.
So I think this was Malfi's way of showing Linda, I'm inauthentic.
Mm.
I am not who I say I am. I'm not really
Mhm.
David. This old belief that you had that it was David, that is long gone, baby. I'm Malfi.
Yep.
But I also want to help you separate from this relationship you have with Jim
Right.
and from this like belief that you need to like have a relationship, with a man and have a baby.
Mhm.
And so I'm going to help you separate. And that's what the tool is. Like he's going to help her
Okay.
separate and just be Malfi's girl instead of Jim's girl.
Okay. I love it.
So that's the other dream.
Completely forgot about the other dream. So
I know.
And then I'm going to go like real superficial with the psych, mostly because I forgot to research.
that is okay.
It's been Christmas break,
Yeah.
guys, and it's so hard. I've also mentioned we've had all this plumbing stuff going on, so just my whole schedule's been off.
No, you've been through it.
But I do feel that Linda had an addiction
Definitely.
to the
board, to
Yes.
the Ouija.
Yes.
So I've got like some theories as to why. So the Ouija board, in a time of uncertainty, probably like you're in grad school, you've got all, especially I feel like for Linda, she's got all these like dumb men telling her what to do all the time. And so I feel like, especially my own experience of grad school, is that it's awful and there's no answers and everything is like murky.
Yes.
But the Ouija board is like, it offers her control, yes, but also certainty. Whether she likes the answer or not, the Ouija board this is yes or no, here or there. It is going to give her clear, clean answers that she does not have to question. Whereas Jim, on the other hand, and this is why I feel like she gets a stronger connection to the Ouija board instead of Jim, because Jim is more kind of like, he doubts her a little bit more. He's more wishy-washy. He doesn't know.
Yeah.
He's non-committal. Exactly. Jim, to when she says, I love you, he says, I know. The Ouija board is like, you're my mommy.
Also, this was a very small part of the movie, but we did learn that Jim was in medical school.
Oh, there's, yes, Jim.
And that he dropped out and he's a construction worker now. So like that goes to the point of like,
we could spend probably too much time talking about just Jim, because then we realized like his
he's
parents, like
dumb. That's what I was
one or
saying.
both of them was an alcoholic.
Oh, yes, because Brandon keeps making fun of him because his parents are alcoholics.
Oh, right.
Yeah. No, he's being like, wow, like father, like son, and all of these, like, So Jim is
that
Jim
all tracks.
needs therapy.
Yes, Jim does.
Ideally,
Jim
but
needs a lot of therapy.
it's a good haunt.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you can tell then it becomes, it moves from this sort of like fun thing at the party, like let's just explore, to this like need to have the Ouija board.
Yes.
And it's also very much, and she gets this addictive personality with it, because you can see it in that she says she can stop at any time, and she hides it. She does it in secret. She must do it.
Yes.
If she doesn't do it, she starts to get agitated. It starts to change her personality. She starts to swear. She starts to get really irritable. And it's because she just has this need.
And even when it starts threatening her, like when it throws the knife, like it's clearly a threat, she keeps using it.
She does. She does, because at this point now, she doesn't really, because the Ouija board offers her so obvious answers to life's questions, she doesn't know who she is without it anymore. And this happens fast. It happens super fast. So that, I think, then also primes her for a little bit of this possession that happens, because the Ouija board already takes away her sense of agency.
Yes.
Her sense of independence, because it's like, you don't get to decide or answer questions anymore. I'm going to tell you the answer.
Yeah.
And that primes her to then be open to being manipulated and controlled by Malfi. And let's see. What else do I want to say? Why do I think this happened so fast? This addiction to the Ouija board is just that it's immediate feedback. So again, like being in grad school and stuff too, things just take forever. If you've ever had to write a thesis or a dissertation, oh my gosh, it like is so long. But this thing is like quick, like these quick little hits, and it just feels really personal, because it's talking about choosing you to be the mom and stuff like that. Really just gets at these big feelings.
It does.
Especially when she has the person that she's in love with will not tell her he loves her. This thing is telling her, yeah, I choose you to be my mom. That's a clear sign of love. So of course she's going to go for it.
Yeah. Well, and I feel like we could talk about the steps for progressive entrapment.
Yes, let's talk about the steps.
Because they describe it as like there's the initial contact, right? You connect with the spirit, you kind of talk to them. there's usually like it impersonates like a friendly spirit or a child, you know, someone who's 10 and like innocent, and you can trust them. And then it starts doing like favors for them. So it starts kind of like manipulating, but then also isolating.
Yes.
So when she says like, oh, like, would you, before she can even ask, like, would you want me to be your mom? It says no. And she asks why, it says Jim. So it starts creating that like isolation. And then we move on to more aggression and possession. Now it's threatening her to keep using the Ouija board and not leave her. And then taking that literal possession of her.
Yes, totally. It's very, it parallels a lot with abusive relationships, which is a rough subject, right? But a lot of times people don't understand how could this happen? How could this be? But it really is a very calculated, progressive, what was it? Entrapment, progressive entrapment, because it really does. Like it starts small. They build this trust, this love, this need, this dependency on them, and then come in with the aggression. And
no, it is almost like a good way of showing that. Right?
It really is. It really is. Like for people to be able to understand how that can happen. Also, not just with Malfies, but also with just humans in general.
Yes, absolutely.
So I'm going to keep the psych at that for tonight.
I think that was perfect.
Okay, and then I just have a couple fun facts. One, progressive entrapment. I think that came from The Exorcist. Like they mention it there, and that's where you get the first definition of it. And that's where the director, what's his name, Kevin Tenney, gets the inspiration. Like he kind of looked more into it. I don't think it's a real thing. I mean, obviously there's, I don't know, is the Ouija real? Is any experience?
But that's not like the
that's not like a thing.
Except it's exactly like abusive relationships.
No, definitely. Yeah, it might be. Yeah, it might be a real thing. It's separate, but it's not like a
ghost term.
When there's the like, oh, what are the things that could happen if I like connect to spirits or with the Ouija board? Like that's not really a thing that I think people worry about. It's like, well, you might connect to a demon and that wouldn't be fun.
Right.
But that's not really like a defined, like in terms of the spirit realm, I think I don't think that's a real thing. I think that came from the movie.
Yes.
The Exorcist and maybe another one. And then it was more like he expanded on it in this movie. So that's where that kind of came from. It was filmed in California. So it was filmed in the Higgins. Okay, hold on. It has like such a long name.
It's weird.
It's the Higgins, Verbeck, Burbank Hirsch Mansion in Windsor Square in LA.
Well, that's a mouthful.
Which to me just sounds like something that should be like, I want to say in a British accent, you know, like in Windsor Square.
That's crazy.
Too fancy.
We should go there.
Yeah.
But no, it looks really cool. I did see that there were some kind of like spooky experiences in the house, which I totally believe because it's this super old mansion. Like, it was built, I think, very early 1900s.
Cool.
And then the owner of who bought it like in 1924, like moved the house. Like they took the house into multiple parts and then moved it to where it is now. And then it served kind of multiple purposes. Like it's been a retirement home for nuns, a mission house, like an office building.
Cool.
It like was housing for like aspiring actors at one point. They've left it like be used for movies and stuff. So like to me, that seems that's some spooky energy.
We got to add that to our road trip.
Yeah.
Yep. Put it on the map.
Yeah, they don't. It's now like a historic monument, and they don't allow filming there anymore. So I think it's kind of closed off for that, but it is still around.
Okay.
So we can add that as a little pit stop.
Absolutely.
And then they actually did shoot at Big Bear. I'm assuming they found a lake or something somewhere. And that is their library. That was in the movie.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. The other big thing is when they started filming the movie, the working title was just Ouija. They were just going to call it Ouija board. But that is a trademark name.
I wondered.
Owned by Parker Brothers, now part of Hasbro, I think. And they actually, Parker Brothers tried to stop them from using not just the name, but the board.
Do you think that's why they called it a Ouija?
Ouija. Oh my God, do you think?
Like, do you think that's why they all
the pronunciation?
Because nobody said Ouija.
Nobody said Ouija.
They kept saying Ouija. Yeah. So they tried to stop them from using it. Like they were like, you can't use the name. You can't even use the board. Like you're not allowed to do any of this.
I mean, I was going to look because I was like, it changes over time, but the board did look slightly different.
It did look different. Yep.
So I wonder if it wasn't like an official, if they made like a faux.
A knockoff.
Yes.
Yeah.
So their like production company basically had to take out this like super expensive bond because they were like, if we make this, we're opening ourselves to like a huge litigation battle. So they were able to kind of get it figured out. They did change the name.
Okay.
So that was part of it was, well, in order to just be insured, we need you to change the name. So that's why they chose Witchboard.
I mean, why not Ghost Board?
Yeah, you should have been Ghost Board because it's not about
Or
witches.
Spirit Board.
Yeah, that's true. It doesn't have
Spirit
witchy.
Board.
There was nothing witchy.
Right.
Really.
Like Spirit
There were no
Board.
witches.
See,
Mouthy board.
I do have to say, because when I first was recommended this movie, when they said Witchboard, I was thinking it would be
Like
about
witches using a Ouija
witches
board.
using a
Yes.
board, and I honestly was a little disappointed.
No, I agree. Spirit Board,
Yes.
Ghost Board, anything else would have been good. But that's why they changed the
Okay.
name. And then they did use an alternate board. I think
Okay.
they kind of like were able to kind of splice it
Yeah.
into the movie because they did start filming, use the name and use the board. So they had to go back and do some
And change
like,
it.
editing and go
Yeah.
back. But like, honestly, it's probably not that hard because
No,
the shots of it are hands.
it's not
Right.
the full board. So
Right.
it's not an overhead of
not
the,
too bad
right.
to
Maybe
do
that's
that.
why they ended up with a Malfi instead of David, because they used a knockoff, so they got a knockoff.
Yeah.
ghost.
There we
Yeah,
go.
careful with your knockoff.
Yes.
Knockoff Ouija board. I don't know. I feel like those are all the fun facts. There's
Yeah.
other like little things. Oh, the other thing I did see is the main actress, Tawny. I forget her last name. The one like the redhead.
Mhm.
I think she was dating O.J. Simpson when they filmed this.
Cool.
Which
That's
is
how I
such a-
recognized her. Because
Yeah.
when I saw her, I was like, oh, I think that's the OJ.
Yeah.
Because they were in the late 80s.
Yeah, like when they filmed
mid-80s.
this, they were dating.
Oh my.
So like he would like come to set and like
Cool.
visit her.
Oh.
Talk about an energy.
Yeah, talk about
Right?
bad energy. Woo.
Yeah.
All right.
Wild.
Yeah. Keep it short for today.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll keep it short for today.
Yeah,
We always say keep it short. It's like we've been recording for 2 hours.
Yeah, for 4.5 hours later.
I think this time we've only been recording for an hour. Like,
Yeah,
honestly,
Oh,
we're
yeah,
doing
we're
okay.
doing- we're doing
We're
good.
doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, this is one of those movies where I'm like, I almost feel like we need two differentiations between our rating. Where like there's a horror movie we took seriously and we'll rate it
Yeah.
1 to 5 sips, and then ones we don't take seriously and we give them the fun 1 to 5.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's hard to like, but we deal with this every time. So here on Spooky Sips, we don't give stars, we give sips. So out of 5 sips, how are you feeling? Where are you at?
I can go first. Yeah, I know. I feel like it's hard because like you want to give it like a fun rating, and for some reason, I've seen this movie multiple times. So like I have to give it above a certain number just because for some reason I keep watching it. So for me, I think it's just a solid 2.5.
Mm-hmm.
Like I think it's kind of a fun one. I think if you just want, like, this is a good like end of September, beginning October. You're trying to get into the kind of spooky spirit, but you're not ready to like sit and watch something that's like horror. I think this is a great one where it's like, I just want to watch kind of a spooky movie, like throw it on in the background. So 2.5.
Yeah, I was thinking exactly the same. Because it's not, to me, not good enough for a 3. I don't know that I would necessarily recommend it to it's not like a must watch, but it was,
But it's
I'm
a
not
fun.
mad that I watched it.
Yeah.
Originally, I think I would have given it a 2, but it got bumped up to the 0.5 just for the way that they said Wuid-jaH.
Yes.
And I really enjoyed that.
Mhm.
So 2.5 for me.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Honestly, I think I'm the same because one, we watched it together.
I know. That's always
And
kind
I
of bummed
always
out.
like watching it. Like if we can watch it together, I feel like we all have a better time
Mhm.
watching it. But I will say, like, I was engaged and I enjoyed the viewing experience.
Yeah.
Like I had fun watching it. Whereas like some of the older ones, like, you guys know I don't like Nightmare on 13. Like I don't like watching it. I don't know why. I just it loses me.
Okay.
This one I actually enjoyed.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd go with a 2.5.
Wow. It's always fun when we're unanimous.
Yeah.
'Cause we're not always, we're not usually.
We're usually not. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I was trying to think of a cute way to introduce it, but I couldn't think of anything. All right. Well, we're coming back into the current era
Yes.
of movies. We're leaving the 80s and we're coming back to 2000s, and we will be watching. Oh my God!
Bring her
Thank you.
back.
Bring Her Back. This movie came out last year. it's a serious one.
It keeps popping up on my.
Yeah, I've seen the poster.
Yes,
Yeah.
I will say it's got a lot in it. So go into it knowing you're headed into a serious movie.
I'm ready.
I'm very excited for our conversation on it. I think the psych segment for this is going to be
Okay. No, I won't forget this time to do it.
well, this one wasn't as
You
like-
had a lot going on.
this one was okay being a little more
Yeah.
I feel like. So if you haven't seen it, get watching, get sipping, and we'll see you next time on Spooky Sips. Happy 2026.
Oh, yes. Happy New Year.
Thank you for listening to Spooky Sips. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe wherever you're listening. To stay up to date on all the spooky things we're up to, follow us on Facebook and Instagram at spookysips_podcast. And if you want to help support the podcast, consider buying us a coffee, or really a cocktail. We are completely independent, so every little bit goes a long way to keeping our podcast running and improving. Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you in 2 weeks.